Hey everybody, Scott DiGregorio, your mortgage guy, continuing on with the series on building your real estate investment portfolio. And man, today I'm going to talk about the 5 biggest mistakes new and seasoned investors make. So look, you got to understand that buying investment properties is a mathematical equation. And the first mistake I see people make is you have to know the numbers of your market. So what is the average sales price to asking price ratio? What is the average rental in there? What is the vacancy rate? The vacancy rate is what percentage of the year the place usually sits vacant for. There are just mathematics behind this. You need to understand things like a debt service coverage ratio. There's just mathematics behind it. I don't have time to get into this with this video. Just understand that, you could Google these things or call me and I'll help you with them. But the first thing you need to understand is what are the market numbers. I got notes here I'm taking. What is the second one? The second one is you need to properly screen your tenants. Laws vary. Please make sure you're within the confines of the law. But things like credit checks, background checks are important. Asking for the right money up front, first, last, and security. Generally speaking, you will have fewer problems with tenants if they are putting up first, last, and security on the front end versus just first month. So properly screening your tenants is the second mistake I see a lot of people make. The third one, people feel free to leave your comments, but people are going to push back on this. And the third mistake I see people make is charging too much money for rent. Now, look, everybody has an opinion on this, and I'm not saying mine is the only one, but here's my take on it. I would rather charge $50 or $100 less per month in rent and keep a very good long-term tenant in there and keep them happy than try to maximize every little nickel. You have to understand that if you are super aggressive in your rent increases, that you're going to have a higher turnover of tenants. In between tenants, there's always expenses that go into it, not to mention time, aggravation, and loss of rent. So please understand the balance. You don't want to give it away, but you don't necessarily want to charge absolute top dollar at all times. If in any business decision or relationship, if both people are winning, it's a better long-term decision. The fourth thing is going to be setting up a proper lease, right? So make sure when your lease is drawn up, and I do recommend you contact an attorney. I know a lot of people that download a residential lease off of the internet. Understand that the lease has to spell out protections for you, rules for your tenant, all of those things. There's a lot of legalities that have to go into that. Now, I saw one recently that probably went a little bit too far. They were saying that it is the tenant's responsibility to regularly pull the stove out of the kitchen and wipe down the back of the stove. Maybe that's a little too much. So make sure you put rules in there that are reasonable. But look, having a properly drawn up lease that provides you with all of the protections necessary is another important step. So to recap so far, the first mistake is knowing the numbers of the market. The second one is properly screening tenants. The third one is charging too much for rent. The fourth one is not having a proper lease. And the fifth mistake I see people make is not buying based on the math. Your personal opinion doesn't mean crap, okay? Please understand that investment properties is all about the mathematics of it. So what you think is cute and what you like and those types of things doesn't matter. You have to buy a property that has good bones. You have to buy a property that has, it's inexpensive to maintain. For example, tile floors. You spend the money once, tile floors are in, you really don't have to worry about it much versus carpeting that you'll have to keep replacing. So understand that it's all about the mathematics of things. Run the numbers, run the numbers, run the numbers. Look, those are the 5 biggest mistakes real estate investors make, both seasoned and new, and hopefully this helps. If you want to start building up your real estate investment portfolio, reach out to me. I'm here to help. I'm Scott DiGregorio, your mortgage guy. I'll see you at the next one. Take care.